Hi everybody.
Hi everyone.
Welcome to Twinset and Purl's Knitting Podcast, episode 46.
We just checked.
Yeah. We are Jo
and Rachel.
Sorry, I was going to say something completely different.
Were you?
I was going to go into a bit of a where
we've been doing.
we were and what we were.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm Jo.
So if you're new to the podcast, I'm Rachel, this is Jo, and we're twins who knit a lot.
Yeah.
And we say this every time, but we don't get that many new subscribers. But welcome back if you're a long-time viewer, first-time caller. No. And yeah, welcome back to a bit of everything again.
Yeah.
Jo's just going to tell you a little bit about what we've been up to. Why I'm in Bristol, because you can see this. Well, not that you've ever been in my living room, I don't think, but
We have been in the living room with Sophie.
Oh yeah.
And we've done a couple from there when you had a bad back.
But this is Jo's sitting room.
Yeah. And we don't come in here very often.
No.
Normally when we podcast from my house, we podcast from the dining room. But my husband's working today. So he's in the dining room and we're in this living room.
But we literally just got back.
Yeah. And the picture behind is...
you can't see it, but
you can kind of see it.
Yeah.
It's a pencil drawing that's been coloured in of the skyline of Bristol from the suspension bridge to Brandon Hill, through Brandon Hill, and that's what the view from my bedroom window. I had it made bigger. The artist made it bigger for me so it wouldn't look stupid on that wall. But anyway, so we're in Bristol. We just got back from Wonderwool, Wales, which is the first time we've been to Wonderwool.
And then surprising really, because it's only literally an hour and a half away.
Yes, but it's because I'm normally in Tenerife this week.
Yeah, that's true.
So we've never managed.
So I wouldn't go on my. I wouldn't do it on my own.
We've never managed this weekend before. But this year, my husband and I decided we would trade in our timeshare week, and so as soon as we knew that we weren't going, Rach and I booked in with some friends to stay in a cottage
in Brecon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not in the Brecon.
Yeah, a beautiful location, rolling hills, lovely scenery. We had some rather random weather.
Yeah, so I only went one day because it was tiring, and the first day was cold and wet and really windy, and then yesterday the sun shone. Then I was in the cottage knitting and.
Yeah,
it was lovely just sitting there.
So we've got lots of acquisitions. So if we will tell you when we get to acquisitions because probably going to be half the podcast. Although Rachel's got a lot of FOs as well.
Yeah,
but we went over on. I picked Rachel up from the train station on Friday, and oh my god, we had a bit of an adventure. Yeah, it started with we were going to go to Gloucester Services, which is a really nice independent service station, where they sell lots of local produce and they set the lunches, the food's really nice and the coffee's really nice. So we're going to go there and have a coffee, weren't we, originally? And then head over to Hay on Wye.
And have some lunch and the car caught on fire.
Yeah, we got, we hadn't even got to Dursley, which is like the first junction once you come off. So once you come out of Bristol and you're on the M5, Dursley's the first junction. Right. And we hadn't even got there and a car caught on fire. And we had to sit there for about 40 minutes, 50 minutes while...
Plumes of smoke.
Yeah. And there was loads of policemen.
No fire
engine. And then within about 5 minutes of the fire engine getting there, it was all...
Less than that.
Yeah, it was all...
Burnt out car. It was awful. I felt sorry for that guy.
Yeah. But the traffic on both sides was unbelievable. So by that point, it was time to have lunch. So we had lunch and tea at Gloucester Services rather than... a coffee, and then we went to Hay on Wye and had a we stopped in at a lovely little yarn store.
The Bobbin Sisters.
We both purchased.
We'll show you those later.
We had a little stop at a patisserie.
Yeah.
I had a look around a clothes shop, which Rachel wouldn't let me buy anything in.
I said I liked a few things.
Yeah, but you said that I could knit them, and you gave me that look, so I didn't purchase. But also, which is probably a good plan because the money that I would have spent on one of those I spent on something else this weekend, which was much better. Then we had a complete divert.
All the roads were closed.
Yeah, there were loads of road closures in Hay-on-Wye, so we had a diversion, and in the diversion was a massive pothole. I drove through a pothole.
Then we got to Co-op. We were aiming to get to...
It all sounded fine.
We were aiming to get to Co-op out of all the... Well, we chose Co-op out of the supermarkets to go and buy our contribution for the weekend. We go to leave, and Joe's car is making the horriblest noise. It
sounded like the exhaust was dragging on the floor.
Like that, when that happens.
So I got out, looked and couldn't see anything. Nothing was touching the floor. There was no... So we rang up the AA.
This was 4:45.
Rang the AA. They were going to be there by 5:30. Guy rings, can't get to you. All the roads closed.
We're like, well, how are we supposed to leave?
How are we supposed to get out? And he went, you can get out, you just can't get in. And we were like, that can't be right.
There's people getting in.
He's like, give me a minute, I'm going to park up. I'll get back and come back to you. He didn't hear from him. I was like, ring him back. I'm going to ring him back. So I rang him back. He's like, oh, I've been pulled onto another job. Somebody's waiting in a dangerous location, so they're sending somebody else to you.
7:30.
In the meantime, we'd phoned my brother, who was a mechanic in the army. And we were like, can we drive? And he went, I wouldn't drive. If you've driven through a pothole, you might have cracked your steering column or whatever. You might have done... So I wouldn't drive. So we sat there. The lovely, lovely AA man.
He was lovely.
Lovely guy. Didn't catch his name. And he's like, just... So he...
He had a nice beard, didn't
he? He jacked it up.
Yeah.
Spun the wheel, heard the noise, took the wheel off. The smallest pebble.
You haven't got it.
It's over there.
Right.
The smallest pebble was stuck in the wheel.
In the brake discs.
Yeah, and he was like, it's a good job that we took it out because it would have damaged the brake discs.
Then he gave us £1
for the
toll bridge.
Because we didn't have any cash. He's like, oh, I just had to pay £1 to go over the toll. We're like, oh, we haven't got £1.
So he
gave us £1.
And then we didn't need it. So he made £1 from the AA man. But he was lovely.
We got to our friend's house, back to the cottage where our friends had got to, and it was perfectly fine because dinner wasn't ready yet, and dinner was still cooking, and we were able to add in our contribution.
Our jumbo fish fingers.
And it was all good. And I had been sat there for 2 hours waiting for the AA man with all these things flashing through my head about
the cost.
Because one of Rachel's friends has done exactly that, driven through a pothole, and it's cost her £1,800 to get it fixed.
And the council won't do anything. But anyway, this is a long introduction.
So anyway, we finally got there. We've had a lovely
and
weekend.
You will see how lovely a weekend we've had by the purchases.
So we will jump into what we're wearing.
Yeah. So I'm wearing Maurice. Joe knitted me a lace weight version, which is in the pattern.
The time, don't you?
I do. I love this one, and it's in
Sandnes Garn, Alpaca, Folgrad, something like that is. I don't know how to say it.
It's been in the podcast
Norwegian.
But Joe will link the pattern, and this is one of our Knit the Family part of the. You could knit this as part of the cap. I love it. I love the colour. I love the weight of it.
And I'm wearing my Material Girl Felix mashup. It's basically the fingering weight numbers from the Material Girl with the Felix lace.
Raglan increases, isn't it? That's how you do your increases.
Yeah, and you obviously have to do a lot more because you're in fingering weight. I measured a sweater that I really liked that I'd got from John Lewis, and got the depth of the raglan and everything that I wanted and the width and stuff. The yarn is from Woolly Knit. It's British Merino in the colourway Korseka Gold. I don't know what Korseka is. But
I can't believe you remembered that.
Thanks.
I'm just sat looking at you going.
Yeah, it's lovely yarn, isn't it? And I've had lots of admiration for it this weekend from my friends. And
Beautifully knitted, Jo.
because it's on a cone, you don't have very many ends to sew in. I think I might have missed one under my arm, but apart from that. And I did a nice deep cuff. I think I did 8 rows of rib, 16 rows of rib, 32 rows of rib. Nice little ratio.
Do what you want.
Yeah, so that's what I'm wearing.
Cool. So, slip seamlessly into FOs, shall we?
Are you doing the...
Shall I do all my socks?
Do all your socks, yeah.
And then, so these are the ones that I had on the needles from the last podcast. So this is Dragon Hill Studio, well known for their self-striping yarns. And this is on their yak base, Brecon sock I think it is.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's
the lovely sock blockers.
Yeah, from Unwrapped Yarn. And this is Winter Warmer. And there are 2 of them, so they're finished. And a little present for you. So they go with your jumper.
Oh, thanks.
Take that one off so I can put something else on.
Very lovely. Is it
And
yak? Did you say?
It's yak, yeah.
Oh, it's my favourite.
And I also had on the needles.
Sorry, I didn't say thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. I just started, I think, the whistle down socks. So I've got 2 of those as well. And this is Manos de Uruguay Allegra sock, which is lovely. In the...
And this has nylon in it.
Yeah.
It's not like the...
No, it's not like
Malabrigo.
Malabrigo. I can't remember the colourway. It was in the last podcast. Yeah, it's gone. It will be in the show notes, which you'll find down below.
So it's lovely grey, purple.
Yeah. So there's 2 of those.
Variegated.
Got a little bit of pooling on the gusset, not too bad. Yeah, so those are a new pair of whistle downs.
When did you get that yarn? You had it a long time.
I got it from Oxford Yarn Store. And I caked it up there, I think, when I was there to start, and then I didn't start them. Oh,
we're podcasting. See you later.
They even said hello.
Did you
Well,
see
she
it?
has-
Did they see him?
I don't know. They have said hello. You have said hello to him.
Yeah.
So, and then I've got new ones. So those 2.
It's one. Probably wondering where it's probably.
Might expect
I've just
to
come
come.
back and he's expecting me to make him lunch.
Don't think so. So I finished those, and I thought I'm going to knit a pair of shorties. And this yarn is also Dragon Hill Studio, and it's their Unravel. It was Unravel 15, so I don't know if it was the 15th Unravel.
Yes, it must have been.
It was last.
2020.
It was last.
2015.
It was last year. I got it, and I did not expect it to look like that. When they cake the yarn and then they wrap, so you can see the sequence. But I didn't think it was going to be so pink. I thought it was going to be more blue. But they're okay for
The
those
heels.
shorties.
The heels are really cute.
And that one's slightly different. That's why Jo doesn't want these. Because they don't match exactly. But they'll be nice in my trainers.
No, it's not. Right, the bit. It's the toe. Because the toes are.
Okay, fair enough. So
That's
this is their I think their Chepstow sock, and it's blue face Leicester, and I don't like it as much.
No, it's not as nice as the yak.
Anyway, so this colourway isn't available anymore. But I did 10 rounds of 1x1 rib, 10 rounds of knit, and then started the heel flap.
And you've got enough
normal.
left over to do
Another pair if I did maybe the toe in a different colour or something, but I don't think I'm going to knit another pair, to be honest.
to give it to somebody else who wants a pair of shorties.
And then I started a pair of just my vanilla fry. So I've got a bag that I've put all my lovely yarns in, and just picked one of it. And this is the skein and the stitch.
I think you should wear those.
I'd wear these.
No, but you knit
put
them
them
and
on-
put them in the thing and don't wear them.
Yeah.
They're so you.
Yeah. So you can see though that that one's a lot darker.
I don't think.
But-
Actually, on the camera, look on the camera.
Maybe not.
There's a little bit more black up here, but
so these are the Skein and the Stitch. This is the only wrap what's it called? Ball band that I've got with me. The Skein and the Stitch, and this is the colourway Walking in the Air, which is one of her Christmas colourways, I think. But I like it. So I've knitted those.
Look, there's a little rogue.
Yeah, every now and again.
Yeah, little rogue
burgundy spot.
Yeah.
So those are just my normal vanilla 2x2 rib cuff, and then 60 rows of leg, and everything else the same every time. And then I have also, apart from pitching the toe, I have finished the Myeloma socks for this year, which are going to be called the Simply Beautiful socks, and I've done 2 different versions of the foot. So I don't know if you want to put that on the block. I haven't kitchened the toe. This one I just finished it last night. So there's that version. So I thought it's kind of like you've either got your shoe on and that's what you see, or you've got your jeans or whatever and you see the foot. So, but this yarn is Cascade Heritage sock in the Limestone and Cinnamon colourways, and it's a slip stitch wrap, kind of wrap then slip stitch pattern. It makes this nice lovely texture.
And then you could stripe it.
Yeah, so I didn't stripe it because last year's was stripy. I don't know if I already said that before. I think I must have shown this one last time maybe. But anyway, so on this one I've done the darker foot and the
Which one do you prefer?
contrast hidden toe. I don't know.
I like the darker foot.
Yeah. So Joe's going to have these once we've released the pattern, which is going to be for, so in June, we're going to give all our pattern sales to Myeloma UK, but the patterns will be released for Myeloma Awareness Week, which I need to check the dates of.
Because you got it wrong last year.
I did, but we will, I did, but we will talk more about that on Instagram probably, or in our next podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so lots of socks finished this month.
They're going to look really nice in my Dr. Martin.
Yeah. You haven't got a sock to put on the blocker?
No. I've got a whip, which is the beginning of a sock.
Right.
Not enough to go on a blocker.
Right. Okay. So, yeah. So, and I just want to quickly say to the people who are waiting for the patterns, I'm really sorry, but I wasn't feeling very well. So the patterns will hopefully go out tomorrow and, well, maybe by Wednesday. So if you watch, you offer to test it for me, I will be in touch. It's not very comfy, but right. So that's all the socks.
All the socks. This is my only FO.
But it's pretty substantial.
It's my summer Cecil.
I think we should both do that, and that can be our thumbnail. Try and look normal.
So I made
tassels are beautiful.
I made some humongous tassels from my leftovers. So this pattern is also part of the So Maurice,
named after
this is
our
Cecil,
dad.
named after our dad. And Cecil is basically fingering and weight shawl with mohair or lace weight yarn.
That's the colour.
As the held together to get you these kind of blobs. This is quite a subtle one. It's got pink and a greeny yellow and blue.
And this is Alpaca, Alpaca 1 lace weight.
And the Boom Lin from Isaiah is
Have you blocked it?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Boom Lin is like this dishcloth grey.
I'm never going to live that down.
And yeah, I think for the summer,
Yeah.
because this country is very fickle in its summer. weather.
Oh, we've had all weathers this weekend.
Yeah.
It's not summer yet, is it? It's still spring. But.
And I think it's light enough that you might want to wrap it round you if there's a bit of a breeze, or just round your shoulders. Or whatever.
And the colours will be in the show notes.
Yeah. We'll just do a. Should we just do a start from that end and
follow him along? So this middle bit is where all the colours are. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You can't see us.
Oh, right. Right, so that's my. Have you got any more?
I've got one more FO.
Right.
Which is the Simply Beautiful Cowl.
Oh, nice.
Try it on for me. And that was basically it's like the leg of the sock, but it's in DK, and it's knitted in Drops Soft Tweed in the Marzipan and Carrot Cake colourways. And it needs. I haven't wet blocked it yet. Looks cute though on you. Your kind of colours.
Yeah.
And I've done a shorter version. I mean, you can carry on and you can make it bigger, wider or longer, whatever you want, but it's more unisex, I think, when it's this size.
Just to hold it up really close to get the pattern.
Right, so it's the same twisted, wrapped. You'd wrap 2 stitches and then you slip them and stuff like that. So it forms this lovely texture. I think it might be quite nice just in one colour, having the texture. But yeah, so I might have to make Dad one.
And that was one ball of each?
Yeah, 150 gram. There's quite a lot of the carrot cake left over, but I was running low on this one, on the marzipan. So
yeah. You could do one rib in one colour and
you could do that as well.
One rib and another if you wanted to make.
Yeah, make most use of your yarn. Yeah, you could do a few more repeats then. That's 11 repeats of the pattern.
Yeah, so you just knit the rib in one where you work out what.
Yeah, and I just carry the colours up, twist them up the inside.
Yeah. Caught in the glass.
Yeah. So, pardon me. Excuse me. That pattern will be out in June.
Cool. How many whips have you got?
I've got 2 whips.
I've got 4 whips.
Go ahead then.
So I've worked on all of these.
I've got a shawl and a sock.
I've got my Adventious top.
Oh yeah, Jo's been on holiday, hasn't she?
Oh yeah,
as
I've been
well.
to South Africa for a week.
Forgot
So
all
I had
about
2
that.
really long flights. I didn't do this on the flight. What's the additional? I was very ambitious.
Yeah, I think you
quite
were.
a lot with me. So this is
It was
being
very warm there, wasn't
it? This is being held in my You're a Knitter baby for the West Knits Cowl that I didn't do. I don't know if I've got a very good. I don't know what picture. It's the Adventious.
I think we showed it last time.
We did Adventious by
Olga Guitars.
Oh, that's another good question. Olga Patano. And it was in Liner magazine.
Oh, you've done loads.
Did it say which Liner magazine? Anyway, their details will be in. You can buy it now as a single pattern from Ravelry.
She sat with a car, isn't she, on the front cover?
Yeah. And it's a bottom up summer top that I'm knitting in some linen, lace weight linen from Woolly Knit. I wound off the cone so I could take 2 on holiday. And it's in this kind of very natural colourway. And it's got this lacy panel
Up each side, isn't it?
It's up the front and the
Oh, right.
back.
Oh, I thought they were sides.
No. And then the front one splits and it comes into a V.
Oh, right.
And then you obviously this is about half. You've got to knit the same again, and then you split for sleeves.
It's beautiful, but how many stitches have you got?
And you knit the front and back. I think I've got 380 something stitches. It's on 2.75mm needles, and you do 9 repeats of the pattern and then split for sleeves, and the back continues and the front becomes the V, and then you just do these tiny little sleeves afterwards.
It might be for next summer.
I don't know, I've probably got the whole of May to do it
Yeah.
before we get any decent weather.
Okay.
But I was loving that on holiday, and because I spent so I knit on one of the other things in the aeroplane, and then this is all I knit on for the week I was in.
Right.
Apart from maybe a couple of rounds of a sock, while I was in the flat. And we went. I didn't knit that many hours a day because we were out and about, but because that's all I did. I really got into the pattern.
Yeah,
and I didn't have to look at the pattern of the paper all the time and stuff, and it really sped up. So it's 12 row repeat, and I know exactly where I am. So and it's creating a really nice. I really like the fabric.
It's beautiful, tiny stitches.
Yeah, I'll just give you a very close up the lace pattern.
Yeah,
it's quite similar to Maurice.
It is.
I was worried because I was knitting Maurice on the airplane, and I was thinking, am I going to start knitting the wrong lace pattern? Because it's very similar but not quite. So I made a good go at that. And then I'll show Maurice.
And then I'll talk about my Maurice.
Yeah, so this is in a little grey girl bag with some beautiful like cabbage roses on.
It's lovely. That's very springy.
Yeah, and I was so ambitious with this. I took 2 balls of this yarn on the aeroplane. I didn't finish the first ball on the first flight. But this is my Maurice.
You were flying overnight though, Jo.
Yeah. This is my Maurice shawl for the cowl.
You're ahead of me. That's beautiful.
And this is nettle yarn.
You'd started it just a little tiny bit last time. It doesn't even look like it needs to be blocked.
Yeah, and I'll just give it a steam.
Show the lace pattern.
Yeah.
It's just gorgeous.
So
because to me it seems lighter than fingering.
It's 225 metres to 50 grams.
So it's probably heavier. Plant fibres are usually heavier, aren't they?
Yeah.
But you're going to get that. You're going to hardly have to. Oh look, there's my progress creeper I'm going to have afterwards.
So I'm about 3 repeats into section 3.
To show them the beautiful progress keeper. It's lovely, isn't it?
3 repeats into section 3, and then 5 repeats of straight, and then start the decreases.
So I am just about to start section 3.
But I've just, before we move on to that, I just want to talk about the yarn a little bit.
Okay.
Because it's lovely yarn to knit with, and it feels like viscose, like that kind of softer than cotton, I would say.
Yeah, it's very smooth feeling.
Yeah. But you do get these, if I can find
long fibres.
You get some long fibres, and you also get some long fibres, and then you also get like little blobs. And some of them are quite large.
You pick them off.
And I either try and pick them off, or a couple of I've knit in, and I can really see
made the stitch bigger.
Yeah. But it's lovely to knit with, and if you can't knit with wool, or you don't like linen can be really hard, like harsh on your hands.
Cotton
for summer.
as well, can't it?
This would be a lovely
and you
substitute.
Where you got it from, they don't dye. They buy it.
I think it's made in Italy, and it's sourced by Namilio. Right. Find that all the stuff's coming off the label. Yeah, but it's nettle yarn, and that was colour number 14.
And Jo will put it'll be in the show notes because you used it last. You got them last time.
I don't know if I put the colour I think I just called it blue. Number 11.
You had them as skeins,
Yeah,
didn't you?
and I wound them all up thinking I was going to finish the thing. Like knit for 2 flights, I thought I was going to finish. See, there's a big.
That's difficult to pick out.
Yeah.
So this is your first ball, second ball.
Second ball.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you're going to get it out of 2 50-gram balls. I
No.
don't think so. So I'm keeping my Maurice in this lovely botanical yarn bag. Get the hair off it. Sophie sent me as a Prezi. And I'm knitting mine in Bird Street yarn. It's gorgeous green. This is the perfect colour. Good lighting here. And this is called Brando, and it's on their Yak 17.
I've got a real thing for yak at the minute, as you might see later on.
And yeah, so I've done I've just finished section 2. So I'm moving on to section 3. But I've got some whips I haven't brought with me because I've travelled from Didcot to Bristol on the train, so I've only got what I was actually knitting on. And so my Maurice, I'm also part of Jo's test knit for the Ruth shawl, so I've got that on my needles as well. But I have to think, whereas Maurice, you remember the pattern, so I brought him with me. And actually, he's my favourite. I love my Cecil, I love my Simon. Maggie, but I love this Maurice. I think I'm going to love this Maurice.
Yeah.
So I
wear I think Maurice is my most worn.
Yeah,
my
they're so
beige
easy to wear. One colour shawls are, but I do like the Cecil, the warmth of the mohair. Yeah, so I think I sit at home more with Cecil. I don't actually wear it very much, but I like it's like having a hug and you've got your Simon on. Do it with one in mohair. And then I've only got a sock. What have you got?
I've got a Maggie. So I haven't shown this for a while, and I have got a bit more done on it. I am almost ready to just do the straight bit. I've got like one more repeat.
This is non-superwash. It's beautiful. You can't feel it, obviously.
Yeah. So Maggie is the same shape. She's part of the fam. And it's a garter stitch. So whereas Maurice has got, you knit 3 purl 3 and get a rib, like a garter rib, I call it. This is just garter with a little tiny bit of lace on the edge. So this is much more mindless.
And definitely a beginner lace.
Yeah.
If you want to do a tiny bit of lace,
yeah,
pick this one.
And then it's got an I-cord edge and a stripe. And this
so the stripe, this is the reverse side is the right side.
Yeah.
The reverse stripe, but this, when you look at this side, you can see the stripe much more clearer.
Yeah. And this yarn is from Botanical Yarn. It is, I can't remember, what was it called?
Pampas Grass.
Pampas Grass.
Is the grey.
I don't know if this had a name on it.
Or the very natural.
It's the one I
colour.
get wrong all the time.
Or Antique Valentine, you call it.
Yeah. Didn't have a name on it.
I think it's called Antique
don't know why I put that
Valentine,
in
and
there.
you call it something else.
Vintage Romance.
Yeah.
It'll always be Vintage Romance
Romance
to
to
me. Yeah, so it's this like dusky soft pink with little flecks
You
of,
can see them on the
yeah, like a rusty,
speckle.
yeah. And I like
And it's
it.
beautiful. The non-superwash is gorgeous.
And that the Pampas Grass is my favourite.
You should knit that Andy swatch with that.
Yeah, so there's those two, and they're in a little bag that Claire from Bird Street gave me for my birthday.
So I can't believe you cram that in there. Well, I don't know why I can't believe it, but because you do it all the time.
Yeah, so that's that was what I was knitting on when we were drinking prosecco and
Not having to,
yeah.
not concentrating,
not having to concentrate.
laughing at Peter Kay.
Yeah. over the weekend. And then I just got my sock whip.
I've got my sock whip as well.
This is another new
cast on.
Oh, mine's old.
You go first then.
Yeah, because I don't need people don't really need to see this. It's Labby Anime, Andromeda,
Nearly at the
heel flap, and that's the yarn. And I think I'll be giving these away to somebody.
It's going to be a giveaway. Somebody suggested that we did it as part of a prize.
Give them away,
Yeah.
Because it's not my colour at all.
No.
Because I like the grey beige.
What colour? What socks are you going to knit next?
I don't know.
You always said you were going to do Colin. Should you do Colin for Bridgerton?
Yeah, that's a good plan. Let's see if I can get those finished by the 16th of May.
Because it's Colin. Colin's the star
of
the show. So I have acquisitions at home which I didn't bring, but I went to so my local yarn store, my local one, is in Abingdon, and it's called Mason's, and it is a lovely shop. They don't sell like independent hand dyed anything really, but they do have a charity bin of yarn where people can just go and get yarn to knit for, like they have people knitting dog coat covers for Battersea, they knit little cats for the cat protection league. What are you looking at?
Two guys outside sat on the wall.
And so I had some yarn I wanted just to donate to that. I've been sort of having a little bit of a sort out. Once every 5 years, got to do it. And so my husband went to Abingdon, and I hadn't seen them for ages, so I was sat chatting to the ladies, and I discovered that they had, so my love of Katia sock yarn, because in the concept range continues. They had two new versions, I suppose, or ranges that I hadn't seen, and I bought some for to knit because my dad loves this merino nylon. Anyway, this is how would you say that? Kalevi concept.
What's the
Katia concept?
Kalevi?
Kalevi.
What's the difference then?
It's just a different way of dyeing.
Oh right, it's nothing. Not the makeup of the yarn.
Yeah, so
is still the same.
So I knitted the last pair I knitted for him was self-striping.
Mm.
It's the same yarn dyed a different way. So this one, and unfortunately I've wound it into a ball because they're so big it wouldn't fit in my little bag which I'm using, which is the Somewhere Co bag. And I honestly thought I was going to knit a pair of socks this weekend. Well, that's how much we managed. So I've done the leg.
He does dad's socks.
He does like a long leg. So this is a 70 row leg, but you can see the lovely pattern that you get. And I'm just about to finish the heel flap. So that's what I'll be doing on the train going home.
And it looks lovely. Just show the heel flap. With the slip stitches, that looks so nice. The yarn, like the colour change.
And my little bird progress keeper. No. So this is lovely, and he will love these, and they look quite summery. He wears knitted socks all year round, but he likes these kind of colours, and he will match them with his orange jumper and his khaki pants, or whatever, not pants,
joggers.
Yeah. Nobody wants to think about that. So I'll be getting on with those, but that's my only sock whip at the moment.
Wow, definitely should be finishing
I've
those
been
soon,
churning them out, and I'm going to try. Well, I'm not going to get them finished by the end of the month. I might get one finished by the end of the month because I'm going to be on a Ruth hit when I get back.
So are we on to
that's acquisitions?
So
if you don't like this bit, then this
Thank you very much.
And this is pure indulgence. The next, what we're going to show you. So
thank you so much for watching so far. And yeah, for those who are sticking with us, go and get yourself a drink maybe, buckle up.
And we'll start with what we've been drinking out of. So Jo treated us to these. Thank you, Jo.
Knit, sleep, knit, eat, sleep, knit, repeat.
Yes. So mine's blue.
And these were from, I saw them, it was a pottery at Wonderwool.
Cold tea, now.
Called Phoenix Pottery. Phoenix Glass, Phoenix Felting Phoenix and Phoenix Pottery. Handcrafted glass gifts and homeware, needle felted gifts and sculptures, handmade ceramics and domestic wares. And yeah, he's a lovely guy, and I said I'd mention him on the podcast. So Rachel's is blue, of navy blue, and
so
mine is the only other one they did.
So at one, it was very busy on the first day, and it was
There's quite a lot of traffic.
Yeah,
to get there.
quite hot. Yeah, I got stuck in a traffic jam trying to get into the showground. Obviously, lots of knitters were eager keen. And then we randomly managed to park a lot closer because the person who was supposed to show us had disappeared, and we carried on. Anyway, that's not important. But I'd gone back to the car to have a sit, and you went back, didn't you, for half an hour and just bought everything. Just didn't.
No, we bought some stuff together.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
bought some
our
stuff together.
acquisitions actually started the day before.
Yes.
So we went to the Bobbin
Sisters. And where are those ones? Oh, it's mine in here.
You talk them now. This is
No,
mine.
Well,
So-
actually, I'm just going to quickly show. Jo bought me this back from. Well, she brought us all. She brought a set, didn't you?
Mm.
And I said I'd be the water buffalo because I didn't want to offend anybody. But I quite like.
Well,
it.
everybody picked their own in the end.
So this is from
They
so
weren't
this is
allocated.
from, and it worked out really well, didn't it?
Mm.
So that's Jo, a present from South Africa. I did have a present as well, not knitting related.
And yeah, so we went to Bobbin Sisters, and I saw this book, Patty Lyon's Knitting Bag of Tricks, over 70 sanity saving hacks for better knitting. And I've heard this talked about on several podcasts, and I was going to buy it on iBooks.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw it and I just thought, I actually want a hard
Yeah.
copy of that. And I think it's the kind of thing that I would sit and browse through and just pick up something, some tips that would, but also use it when you've got a problem or or you've got a conundrum and do that. And I haven't really had a chance to have a look through it. But
Yeah, I'm sure.
if I do that, maybe I'll give a bit more
of a
review
review.
at some point.
Yeah.
So that was my acquisition.
So it was a really tiny little compact shop, wasn't it? Lovely lady knitting. If you follow them on Instagram, the Bobbin Sisters, she finished her jumper in time to wherever they were going. They weren't coming to Wonderwool. And so they had very small amount of their own dyed yarn, of which I chose this skein called The Wicked Stepmother, and it's about a book, dyed by the book. So there's the Bobbin Sisters. It's not sunshine. Very cute. And so I got that, and I also got, there was a sample. So
it's lovely.
knitted. This is one of the Zandra Rhodes West Yorkshire Spinners, and it's a self-striping. It's called Forest Stripes. Is the colourway. And it was a little chevron, so I think I'm going to do a little chevron sock in that. But it's lovely colours.
Oh, I thought that showed you what the colours were like. It's not like a barcode.
Yeah. So so I hadn't actually seen that one before because I usually buy the birds and stuff for Dad.
Yeah.
So that's what we got from them.
Yeah. So
And you're not going to believe it. We walked down the road and Jo met someone she knew from work. Hey, on why? She was talking to this woman with a dog, and I was like, who's that? She was like, she's from Lloyd's.
a lady I work with, because she kind of looked at me and I went, "You don't recognise me out of context, do you?" And she went, "Oh." Since you hear me talk.
That was like the lady in the Bobbin Sisters. She's like, "Are you Twinset and Purl?"
Yeah.
We didn't like. We didn't say anything, did we at all?
No.
We were just like looking at yarn. She recognised us, which is quite nice. She watched our podcast.
Yeah.
So then, when we got to Wonderwool, we headed straight to see John and Claire to say hello, Bird Street Yarn. And to be honest, that's well, apart from you buying Uppingham, whatever, most of the yarn was but from Bird Street for me anyway.
I got three other skeins.
So shall we show the one we both got?
Yeah.
So we both got an In Between Days. This is one of their new colourways. It's knit socks. I'm a knit sock now. Don't know if that's you.
I don't know.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think it will be socks.
Mm-hmm.
It would make a nice
The garter one. Page. No.
yeah, it would make a lovely page.
It's beautiful. Mine, I think it's going to be socks.
I don't know yet.
And then I got a skein of they don't often dye variegated Surrey. So this is Life in the Bubble. It's the bubbles. On they call it Surrey 75. It's beautiful.
Excuse me.
And I've no idea what that's going to be, but it's going to be something beautiful. Oh, just nod something. And
I got a skein of mallow and their sock yarn, which is this really palest pink.
that is the colour that I did with Medici for their Simon
sample.
and it looks amazing.
And I don't know what I'm going to do with that.
And then I
You know,
bought.
I might make a hat.
Hmm.
What do you think? Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's mohair or something.
No,
No.
just
And then I wanted to, it's coming undone. I picked the yarn for another Simon. It was going to be my Simon Cowl, but it needs to be a full Simon. So that's honey. Obviously the yellow is honey, and this is kestrel on their zebra base, which is beautiful. So I'm leaving all this here with Jo.
Not you want it wound?
No,
I can wind it.
I want these two wound, but I can't take it on the back on the train with me because it's too much stuff.
I can wind them.
And then the last skein I got was another one of Brando because I'm worried that they're going to get to the tip and I'm going to run out. And I want it to be the full size. I don't want to get to the middle, well, not get to the, run out before the middle and make it smaller. So, and it's Claire said it's the same batch that I had. So it should match perfectly. Those were all my Bird Street. Take that one.
Cool. And then after Bird Street, we went to Soft Accents, I think, didn't we?
We had a coffee. Did we have a coffee before? I had the most amazing cake there. Pastry.
Yeah.
It was a white chocolate and raspberry tart, and it's absolutely delicious.
Where did I put
Whoever made those for them.
Oh, it's in here. So, we had a long chat with the lovely Jackie from Soft Accents.
Oh yes.
And her bags are so colourful. They're just, they really cheer you up. And
you picked one, didn't you? Initially, you picked this one because it matches the other. So this is I bought this big boy.
And you might remember from another
smaller
podcast,
bag.
I have a zip. I have a project bag that's like that tall with a zip in the same fabric.
It's got big pockets inside, lovely yellow interior, and a nice ring which she's changed her rings so that they open much easier for putting your stitch markers on. So, but it's so lovely, and we bought something for you guys.
Oh, I haven't shown what I got yet.
Oh yeah, show what.
There's 2 I got. So
Oh, yeah.
we got
We both got a little
pouch.
Beautiful.
And I got a smaller one of the...
Yeah, you
Drawstring.
you just were drawn to that, weren't
yeah.
you? Which is
Unusual.
Yeah.
But I really like that that colour.
So go and check out her her shop.
And I was chatting to her about the prints because I've just come back from Africa, and she was telling me all about the special South African prints that they have. So yeah, so we like that. And then she gave us, we bought something for you and she gave us something
to give away.
So this is what we bought. It's a small pouch. You probably could put one sock in there and a
or have it as a notions.
Or a notions pouch. It's actually got the...
So you could use it in your handbag.
So you could use it as a little wash bag if you wanted to. But that's got the bright colours, but it's also
quite stylish.
Slightly less...
Yeah, stylish, I think.
Yeah, less eye-boggling. That's some of them. This one in particular makes me think of Scooby-Doo and
like
the
psychedelic.
But I really like it.
Yeah.
And then Jackie gave us this little notebook, which is a whip planner.
Yeah. So it comes with a little card.
There's stuff inside. I think there's stuff inside. I don't know.
To plan your whips, and then the inside is all. It's a dot. It's a dot
matrix.
Yeah. Dot grid thing. Yeah. So that's our giveaway for this episode. So.
And what are we going to get people to do?
I think just comment. If you went, tell us what you were knitting on this weekend while we've been at Wonderwool.
Yeah.
And just comment below and we will pick a winner next episode from the comments.
Perfect. So you better take that back. Is that okay?
Why? Because you'll come in next episode.
Oh, I suppose.
And that will mean that I will not reply to comments as much.
You can just exclude replies.
Yeah, but you can Anyway.
We'll sort it out.
Yeah, so that was kind of from day one. Then you went off on your own and came back with mugs and another little present, which is this. We both actually bought us both one of these little minute. I'm holding it up. It's actually how big it is, and it's for having coins in your handbag. Or stitch markers, and I think my little Japanese snips would fit in there. So yeah,
I thought that was really cute.
Yeah. That I can take home.
From the pottery place, I also bought this.
Oh,
it's a little acorn. I have a shelf of curiosities in my kitchen, and that's going to go on my shelf.
Oh.
So I think it's really cute.
And actually, we were together when you bought that, weren't we?
Yeah.
So we grew up in Shropshire, in Oswestry, and there's now a lovely yarn store there. There wasn't. Well, it was. I wouldn't say at the time it probably was a lovely yarn store. The one we used to go to, but it wasn't. It was all commercial.
It was all
yeah,
commercial,
mostly it was acrylic and stuff like that in the 80s. So anyway, Joe, I didn't even realise they were there, and we were walking along and I saw it's called You and Ply, and you bought a lovely skein, didn't you?
Yeah, it's called All My Best Crayons.
How do you dye something like that?
So I've no idea what it's going to be. It's not got any nylon in, so it's probably not going to be socks.
No.
But you never know what might come out of the head of Joanna.
I think it would look beautiful with like a dark grey as some kind of
So I just love it, and I loved as a kid Crayola crayons.
And you've got the 64.
I lived for that 64 set of crayons. So, you know, actually, to be honest, you can still make me happy by buying me a pen. So, yeah. That was that.
And then you went off, left me in I went in the car, back to the car for a rest.
Yeah.
And I'll just quickly talk about this because you've got your other stuff. Jo came back and she brought the mugs and everything, and she'd been to see. She'd been to Alpaca Yarns, who is a friend of ours now, and she gave Jo this to give to me as a present, and I don't think it's got a name, but it's a self-stripe.
It was a club
Right.
colourway. She doesn't do self-striping very often.
Yeah, so it's a 5-row, 2-colour, 5-row stripe, and a little mini to go with it. So they're really nice.
Yeah.
Jo colours.
I think you've got a pattern, haven't you, where you did for self-striping?
Yeah, I did a couple. Jomo,
Yeah.
and I did Bob and Susie.
Yeah. Although Alpaca showed me the sample, and she thinks the texture that she's put on spoils the stripe.
Yeah, so probably the Jomo with the cable is
Yeah.
nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, do those.
And next to the pottery van was this lady, Jane Hunter Textiles, and she had some beautiful products. She has clothing, knitwear sample, like not hand knit samples,
Right.
but commercially knit samples that she then over-dyed with this technique. And
It's just so delicate.
Yeah. It reminded me a bit of years ago. I used to make a lot of cards, and I've got a stamp that's a dandelion, and it just reminded me of that, like the type of pictures I used to make with that. And it's a little bit of silk on the front, and then cotton.
And what are you going to use that for?
I don't know. I don't even think it might be. If I can cram a sock in it, I'll use it for. It's not that small.
No, it's not actually.
Yeah. So maybe I'll use it for socks, or I'll use it for, keeping things in when you go away, or like just
have to have I've got a very dry bag.
But yes, her stuff was lovely, and I just love the way the zip is the right colour for the thing and everything. So yeah, that was a nice little purchase.
You love attention to detail, don't you?
Yeah. I also went to Lily Put White, who I really love her Progress Keepers, and I bought these ones.
So she recycles.
Yeah.
Finds.
So she said this range of stitch markers has been made from the broken and unloved jewellery found in charity shops to make into Progress Keepers and stitch markers to give them a second chance.
Beautiful. And
I like a small. I like a small Progress Keeper that's not going to weigh. Yeah, nice lobster clasp, and like just that on that.
Yeah. Perfect.
In fact, I might swap it, and you can have the one that I made.
Oh, don't do it now.
I'm not going to do it now.
All right.
But yeah, so that was from Lily Put White, and then I saw this, and this is also a little bit of me.
It is.
Completely. And I was like, "Oh, have you started to sew leather?" And she said, "No, it was a friend, somebody else on the Isle of Wight, who makes them." Ray and Moore. Style to fall in love with.
Oh.
I keep all these little things and pin them on my pin board. This item is handmade in our studio in the Isle of Wight, and she does make crossbody bags and things as well. So if you like,
so well made.
Yeah, if you like a handmade leather good, definitely go and check out Ray and Moore. But it's an ocean's pouch.
Lovely leather, isn't it?
Yeah, and I love a little bit of gold. A little bit of a gold gold pouch. Yeah. So that was that other purchase. I had I quite had a good time walking around by myself, to be honest. not what's the word? Encumbered by I've also bought
slow coach with a walker.
This skein of yarn from Creative Anarchy.
I would never have thought you'd pick that.
Yeah, I'm gonna knit a Simon with an undyed yak. And this is it's got gold stellina.
Oh, it has.
It's called Beware of Crimson Peak, and I've got no idea what that means. But I love that. I mean, obviously, I'm probably not going to knit it straight away because it is more of a wintry thing, and it may even become wintry socks.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's got it's got a little bit of brightness to it, and
can you see the gold stellina?
It's
so sparkly when you look at it.
Yeah, I was chatting to the dyer and I said, "Oh, you don't see gold stellina very often," and she said, "No, because the suppliers have only just started doing it on DK and fingering weight,
right? And
most people like to have the same colourways,
right,
on the two bases." But she said, "I just went gold, sold," and so I felt a little bit of a kindred spirit there.
Sorry for them moving around.
Right, so that was one more thing from Saturday, which was this bad boy. So I went to Uppingham.
Is that all rubbish, isn't it?
Yes.
Not more stuff.
No, there's a few. I put some stuff back in there.
Oh right.
Does it say Jane Hunter does this stuff? Eco printing. Anyway, something like that. So Uppingham Yarns sell cones, bits of cones, and I don't know whether it's from
like
textile industry and whatever. But I saw this and I was like,
I'm having that.
I'm having that. So it's 100% merino.
It's beautiful.
And the colourway is cameo. And I think it's going to be one of these. But it's so much softer.
Yeah,
it feels like it's got some silk in with it, but it hasn't. And that's how it's been spun. 500 grams.
Beautiful.
I'll probably I could get a shawl and a sweater out of that. And it was under £40. Bargain. So we start with Sunday because you didn't come on Sunday, and on Sunday there was a little repeat in this denim blue. So maybe a stripe.
Oh yeah, that would be beautiful.
Yeah, don't know, but I was thinking about it, and also they sell cashmere on cones, but he hadn't brought any with him, and I really wanted some cashmere.
So you can go to their website.
Yeah, you can go to the website and buy it. But I saw that one and I was like, blue. I'm kind of into blue. It's not exactly the same blue.
No.
But I'm getting more into blue.
Brighter blue rather than a.
And that colourway is Avio.
Because I have to say, that Felix that I knitted in the Surrey that you've got, it really suits you.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not drawn to navy, but I do like that. So that they might be. Well, it's like the two woolly knit cones of cotton that I had.
Yeah.
I knit something black on its own, something beige on its own, and then I knit a striped.
Yeah.
So
3 sweaters.
3 sweaters.
Beautiful.
Admittedly, they were all short sleeved. So,
but
I've still got some left over, so they could have at least one of them could have had sleeves.
Yeah, but I think they're very pretty yarns for. So the long sleeve one can be, the stripy one could be long sleeve, but the ones you do on your own could be tees.
Yeah.
That are like a nice.
Yeah.
Because it's
Like a nice
It doesn't
salty
feel.
air.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it'd be warm, like a. It's a cool
Yeah.
wool. If you know what I mean.
And then there was
This
This.
is amazing.
I saw this project bag and I was like, I'm sorry. I know I've bought lots of project bags and I don't need a project bag, but I need
It's
this.
velvet.
It's the softest velvet.
Yeah.
And it's got this beautiful botanical print on it. And it's just a really nice, simple project bag with a drawstring.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can't really go wrong. It hasn't got pockets or anything, it's just really simple. That was from Pigment and Ply. And then I got these from Chester Wool, so it's undyed.
The Chester Wool is a lot of people buy
buy
their
their-
stock from their undyed yarn from there.
And I was looking for yak. So this is yak singles.
Is this what you're gonna knit? You're gonna hold with this together with the?
No,
No,
this is going to be something on
on its own. You got two of those, did you?
special. No,
Oh no.
I got yak singles and natural grey baby llama.
Ooh.
100% baby llama.
Just to have a go.
Yeah,
Is that 100 grams?
yeah.
400 meters. So, wow, that's 22.5 micron.
And then this is yak singles lace weight, 800 meters.
Oh, that has to be one of these, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, I just want to try a few, and I've at Yarndale I got a lot of cream undyed, and I just thought that like a hat, that as a Musselburgh
Oh, it'd be amazing.
would just be beautiful. So yeah, so those, and then as we were leaving, I saw this lady, and
I haven't got the. I've got the inside.
I was like,
This person.
yeah, I don't know how you say it.
Felon
Fack.
Yeah.
I've looked at them from Instagram on their website.
Right.
Do
they have these?
I don't know. But I was like, I'm going to treat us. But
there's this company's like kind of taking the knitting.
Yeah, it seems to be everywhere at the moment.
Redesigned.
And I bought their square kind of box project bag,
and mine's on backup. I'm waiting for mine to come in.
So I saw these two, and I said to the lady, I was going to get us one of these each. And I said, have you got another one? And she said, it's in the van. I could go and get it, but we were leaving. So I was like, oh, I'll buy
the bigger one.
I'll get the bigger one. And this is the colour that I bought my boxy one in.
And then mine's coming in.
You bought that colour. So it's perfect.
Yeah. So, and then you were telling...
You get this little...
Yeah, tape measure kind of holder.
Yeah.
But you were talking to the lady about me, weren't you?
Well, no, I said, if I buy one of those and I don't get one for my twin, she's going to be really annoyed. And she said, are you identical? And I said, yes, we are identical, but we don't look exactly the same at the moment because she's been having treatment for cancer. But she has got hair at the moment, so we look more alike than we did for a while. And she said, oh, how's she doing? And I said, oh, she's got to be on chemo now. And she ran after me and gave me these and said, put those in her pouch.
And they're beautiful,
Cheer
aren't
her
they?
up. So they're gorgeous colours.
Yeah.
So
They're going to be...
striped something.
Yeah. Some mittens, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But
really
these are
soft.
so, and these bags are so well.
Yeah.
The leather's just beautiful.
And it's got loads of pockets inside.
And a little wrist strap. It's got these. Yours got these.
Yeah.
For putting your needles, your darning needle in.
Oh right. Yeah, I've got one. Yeah. I might try and squeeze that in the bag. Yeah. I don't want to take more than I came with.
So
Excuse me.
yeah, I think it was a.
And then you bought me this. You went and got that for me.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. I put it away without.
I've got to just uncross my leg, I'm afraid. Sorry.
So how can I forget? I can't remember the lady's name. Do you know her name?
No.
So Rachel had on Saturday, when she was sat in the car, she found this online.
No, I'd already saved it before we went.
Oh right, but we didn't actually come up with
No, it was so busy. I didn't see hardly any of it at the show, to be honest. It was all very overwhelming. I went in a lot of pain and just. I think it was a really great show, but
I think you should have come on the Sunday. Next time we'll know that. Anyway, so Rachel asked me to go and get this skein of yarn.
Yeah, which is Sunset at Landonna Beach.
From Mammy and Florrie. And I was chatting to her for ages.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
They're all named after places, and she puts the 3 words so you can find the location.
My 3 words are dent, tigers, dentures.
Yeah.
What are your 3 words?
So this is Llanberis Quarryman's Hospital. And it's blue again. It's with me. And my 3 words are climate, doses, or deals. What does that mean? Anyway, as I was chatting to her for ages, one of her, a lady had knit Simon in her yarn, Dorita.
Yeah, Dorita Smith.
Lovely Dorita. We featured her on our stories.
She'd done it in mint, really bright black, like a dark grey, I think. But
no, it's a really dark variegated.
Oh right, and it's got minis, bright minis.
Yeah. And you'd been chatting to the lady from Mammy and Florrie. So I was chatting to her for ages, and those were the 2 skeins that we got. I think
more project bag piggery than yarn piggery.
Yeah,
really.
I was wearing my original page,
right,
which is knitting black elephant merino singles, and she was saying, oh, it's lovely, and we were cooing over her merino singles, which is why I bought that one.
It's beautiful.
So that might be another page.
Yeah. They're quick knits, aren't they?
They are quick knits.
One skein has.
Yeah. Right.
So
is that us done?
Yeah.
So,
I do just want to say a big thank you to the ladies from the knitting hotel that we stayed with. Mandy, Teresa, Valerie, Veronica and Annie. We had a wonderful weekend, and if you watch this, just want to say a massive thank you.
And Annie, we want your cake recipe.
She's going to send it us. Yeah, it was amazing. It was a lovely weekend. We've laughed from when we met up.
They are so organised. They have everything planned within we just
join
tag
in
along, bring our few bits, and I think we bring patterns to the mix.
We do,
and a little bit of matching yarn with patterns, and we bring that into the mix.
Yeah. So
we're already planning our next trip with them. Really looking forward to that. We don't exactly know when it's going to happen, but we can know where it's going to happen. So that was lovely. And write, comment below, tell us what you've been knitting on over the weekend.
Yeah, and we will pick her.
And we'll pick a winner.
Brilliant.
And so you've probably got 3. It's not going to be next weekend or the weekend after, but the weekend after it'll be podcast. So you've got a few weeks.
Like the 18th. of May, that weekend.
So the Friday's the 7th. The
Yeah,
Friday's the 17th.
Because Joe's going to the Isle of Man to
Yes,
visit Dad.
I'm going to visit Dad for the weekend. So
Yeah.
so I've just had 2 weeks off. I've been in South Africa for a week and then doing the yarn show. And somebody at work said, oh, Joe's got another holiday coming up. And I was like, I'm going to visit my dad, who's 86, in the Isle of Man. I wouldn't class it as a holiday.
I might be getting on an aeroplane to go there.
But I don't think it's going to be a holiday. But it's going to be a lovely time because, you know, he's a real character and you can't help but have a good time with him. But there probably won't be very much sun. There's not going to be any sea.
You're going to be in a guest room.
Of an old people's home. There might be some beer. I think I might have to find some beer and cooking some nice food.
Yeah. Lovely.
And there'll be some knitting because there's always knitting.
Yeah. And chatting to me.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you everybody for listening to our little ramble and our...
not quite as energetic as we normally are,
I think maybe next time we might have a bit more of our reflections of Wonderwool.
Yeah.
And we could do a bit of a comparison of yarn shows.
And maybe talk about a few other things that podcasts we've been watching, things like that.
Yeah, and I've started a couple of new designs, so there might be some of that to share.
Very good.
Yeah.
Oh, and just a very minute crochet corner this week. I have finished my corner to corner shawl, but it was too big to bring. So I will talk about it next time. But I did finish it. So now I can do something else.
Yeah. Great.
Thank you for a lovely weekend.
Yeah, it's been fab.
Yeah.
And we
see you
will
all soon.
be with you sometime soon.
Bye.